On the last episode of Kakashi is Hilarious, Kakashi and the rest of Team 7 escort the bridge builder Tazuna to his home in the Land of Waves. There they battle the demon of the mist Zabuzamamochi and his protege Haku. And it's in this battle that Naruto, the starving orphan, broke the seal and used the nine-tailed demon fox spirit inside him for the very first time. Meanwhile, Sasuke, the school shooter in the making, worked through some of his anger issues by putting a bunch of chakra in his eyes and unlocking his Sharingan. And Regina, the mean girl, was there too, I think. Together they all managed to overcome the odds though, and Naruto actually made such an impact with Tazuna and his family that they decided to name the very bridge that they fought on that day the Great Naruto Bridge. So after their most serious mission by far, Team 7 returns to the Leaf Village, and Kakashi wastes no time returning things to the status quo. He signs Naruto, Sasuke, and Regina up for as many D-rank missions as he can. But despite all of them making it back to the Leaf Village alive, all is not well in Team 7. Kakashi notices that Naruto and Sasuke are still at each other's throats, despite them both surviving a near-death experience together. And Regina still doesn't care about anything other than Sasuke. Hey, watch it, Sasuke. You think you're better than me? Shut up, loser, you pointy-haired piece of poop. What was that? I don't have time to waste on you and these lame missions. I need to get stronger. Yeah, let's go do something more personal, like a date. And you, what do you even do on this team? Be for real. What are you talking about? I'm the Kunoichi of the team. You know, like maybe I'm not that strong, but I can do other stuff. Oh yeah, like what? I mean, you know, my chakra control is really good. I did the tree thing better than everybody. And oh yeah, I'm the best genjutsu user on the team. Well, where was all that genjutsu when we were getting our asses beat on the bridge, Sakura? We definitely could have used some help there. All right, Sasuke, that's enough. Sakura's trying her hardest. We just have to give her a chance. Shut up, Naruto. Your parents are dead as hell. What? Stop saying that. Oh my god, I'm sorry, Sasuke. It was just a reflex. Why is it a reflex? You know what? I'm gonna go train and maybe even find some real missions instead of hanging out with you losers. So Kakashi hears all of this and realizes that he needs to do something about all of them. You see, Kakashi is at a bit of a crossroads right now. You see, on the one hand, he doesn't want to put his students in danger and in situations that they aren't prepared for. But on the other hand, if he keeps giving them D-rank missions, their character flaws are going to define them for the rest of their lives. Kakashi knows better than anyone that it is through conflict that a ninja grows stronger. So with all this in mind, a little while later, Kakashi gives his report on the Land of Waves, and at the same time, all the Jonins meet with the third Hokage. And he tells them that they have 1 week to prepare their students for the Chunin exams on July 1st. However, it's still up to every Jonin to decide whether or not they want to enroll their students in the Chunin exams. You see, the Chunin exams are a bunch of vague and dangerous missions given to a bunch of genin, both from the Leaf Village and from villages outside of the Leaf Village. So with the students' potential in mind, Kakashi decides to enroll them into the Chunin exams, as he sees it as a way for them to conquer all of their holdups. I, Kakashi Hatake, recommend all 3 of my students for the Chunin exams. What? Hang on, Kakashi, you can't be serious. Those 3 are not ready for the Chunin exams. They only just graduated. I'm not signing them up for the Chunin exams because I think they're ready. I'm signing them up because I know they're not, and they need to start taking things seriously if they want to survive. But the Chunin exams are really dangerous, Kakashi. Iruka, we just fought an assassin from the Land of Waves, all right? You weren't there. The demon fox inside Naruto was temporarily unsealed during that fight, and I didn't know what to do. I'm not fighting a demon fox. I just had to let that shit play out. Meanwhile, Sasuke awakened his Sharingan, which I am almost sure made him even more angry for some reason. And Regina didn't do anything. She just stood there holding a kunai the whole time. We were all just staring at her like, wow, she really isn't gonna do anything. That's crazy. So this is as much for me as it is for them. Because if we're gonna be going on missions together, I need them to do more than hold a kunai and release their demons when we're all about to die. So Iruka doesn't like that, but like it or not, he's not their teacher anymore. So he backs down and lets Kakashi make that decision. Afterwards, Kurenai and Asuma both recommend their 3 students as well. So now Iruka has to watch all of his former students go through the horror that is the Chunin exams. After this meeting with the third Hokage, Kakashi tells Team 7 all about what just happened. So hey, I know this is sudden, but I just enrolled you guys in the Chunin exams. Here's the application forms. Application forms? Regina, please don't interrupt me. Now, as I was saying, this is all voluntary. It's up to each of you. If you don't feel like you're ready, you can wait till next year. And after that explanation, Naruto agrees immediately and hugs Kakashi, thanking him profusely for the opportunity. Sasuke's on board pretty much immediately as well, and Regina doesn't even pretend like her character has anything close to free will. She was in as soon as Sasuke said he was. The next day, Kakashi waits for his students outside the first exam classroom. He's still a bit anxious deep down, but he knows this is what needs to happen. And soon, all 3 of his students approach the classroom door. Only it's not just them, they are also accompanied by Guy Sensei and Rock Lee. Hey, how you doing, Kakashi? What's shaking? Hello, sir. Guy. What's going on? Why are you with my students? Oh, you know, I was just out doing my morning stroll, enjoying the vibrancy of youth. And that's when I noticed our beloved students were getting into a little disagreement. Luckily, I stopped it before it got out of hand. This isn't over, you big-eyebrowed freak. What, Sasuke tried to fight Rock Lee? Oh, you should have seen it, Kakashi. It was awesome. Bushy brows over here really let Sasuke have it. Thank you, Naruto. It was a product of my training and hard work. When did you two become best friends? As soon as he kicked you in the face. Sasuke, why would you try to fight Lee? Hey, he challenged me. And besides, I have the Sharingan Sharingan, so of course I thought I'd be alright. The Sharingan just helps you slow things down so you can understand what's happening better. It doesn't actually make you stronger or faster. So if your opponent is either of those, you're probably still gonna lose. Oh, and you know all about that, wouldn't you, Kakashi? By the way, are you okay? Heard you let that little old swordsman of the mist give you trouble in the land of waves. Shut up, I had whiskey chakra, leave me alone. Which is a problem you wouldn't have if you practiced your taijutsu a little more, Kakashi. On God, if it were me and my team in the land of waves, he would have been the demon hidden in the mist for real, because he wouldn't be doing nothing but hiding from these hands. Whatever, dude. And by the way, when I met Zabuza, he said I was the guy who, quote, cut a lightning bolt in half. Wait, are you serious? I've been spreading that rumor for years every time we go out drinking. You're saying an assassin from the Hidden Mist Village actually called you that? Yes, that's what I'm saying. That is hilarious. When was the last time we were even in the Hidden Mist Village? And why would they believe that? That doesn't make sense. How would you even do that? I don't know. I always thought people were just ignoring you because you were drunk, but apparently I'm an urban legend now. A guy who can cut a lightning bolt in half for some reason. Well, I guess that answers the question of how you two were so close. All you do is go out drinking together while you make us do D-rank missions. Sasuke, you're just mad Rock Lee kicked you in the face. And he did it like 3 times, Kakashi-sensei. The 3rd time, he got kicked into the air so high that Sakura even had to catch him like he was a Disney princess. Well, how was I supposed to know he could fight? Look at him, he looks so lame. You thought you could beat him in a fight just because he looked weird? Sasuke, if anything, you should be scared of ninjas who aren't normal. Look at him, he's wearing leg warmers. It is 83 degrees outside. Why do his legs need to be warm? You should be terrified to find out. And look at his arms. He has to keep them in bandages because he trains that hard, that often. This clearly means everything to him. Okay, I get it. You're letting Regina rub off on you. You gotta stop judging people based on how they look. With that brief interaction, Rock Lee and Guy set off on their own. And Kakashi takes this time to tell Team 7 that he's proud of them and wish them luck on the exams. So while all the students take their first test in the written exam classroom, Kakashi and 2 other Jonin, Kurenai and Asuma, discuss each of their teams and try to quell their growing anxiety regarding their students' performances. So what do you think they're gonna have our students do after the written exam? I don't know, they'll probably go on like a C-rank mission or something. You think it's gonna be that easy? Well, they're just trying to become Chunin, and that's not that hard. A C-rank mission should get the job done. But whatever it is, I don't care. As long as they all become stronger and more mature, I'll be happy. Well, I think you do care, Kakashi. I think you want to make sure your students are okay, and I think that makes you a good teacher and a good person. Well, sure, I guess that's true. Thanks. Hey, Kakashi, we're trying to push up on my girl, man. What? Just knock it off. I know what you're doing, Kakashi. Just leave it alone. Find your own girl. What are you talking about? Asuma's right, Kakashi. This is inappropriate. If you want to talk to me, we should do it in private without Asuma here. You just don't know when to quit, do you, Kakashi? I haven't done anything. I thought we were talking about our students. Can we get back to that? Kakashi, please. I am flattered and more than a little interested. Now, would you like to take my phone number so we can discuss this further? You son of a bitch, I thought we were friends, Kakashi. You know what? I'm just gonna go, all right? I'll see you guys at wherever the next stage of the exams is gonna be in a few days. So a few days pass and Kakashi receives the location he's supposed to go to meet the other Jonin in preparation for the next stage of the Chunin exams. Kakashi, Guy, and all the other Jonin from the Leaf Village arrive and reunite with their students. Hey, Kakashi-sensei! Naruto, you son of a Hokage, you did it! And Regina, you made it too! Loving the new hair, by the way. Thanks, Sensei. Do you want to hear the story behind how I got it? Not even a little bit. I'm just glad you guys all made it. It's good to see all of you. And hey, Sasuke, what's going on? Why are you holding your neck like that? It's nothing. It's clearly not nothing. You look like you're in a lot of pain. Why don't you... Whoa! Is that a hickey? What is going on? Why do you have that? You got it from this snake guy you met in the Forest of Death. The Forest of Death? Snake person? Oh my God. Listen, just relax, all right? This isn't a big deal. This mark is actually giving me a lot of power right now. So as far as I'm concerned, everything is okay. Sasuke, we need to get you to a doctor as soon as possible. That's exactly what I was saying. I don't get why everyone is freaking out, all right? I said I was fine. Hey, Kakashi, I know you said there was an open bar, but I don't see the sweet ninja Jesus! Is that a hate hickey? Hey, it's Bushy Brow Sensei. How's it going? Hey, Naruto. Sasuke! Who did you let suck on your neck? It was a snake person, all right? But as I was telling Kakashi, it's fine, okay? The curse mark is actually giving me more power. It's not a hate hickey. It's feeding off your chakra and emotions and turning it into raw, uncontrollable power. It is quite literally a hickey of hate. And God, he's talking about gaining power at any cost so brazenly, Kakashi. I don't want to say it, but I think your student might have ninja madness. Ninja madness? What's that? In a ninja trio of 3, one person always gets revengey. If left unchecked for too long, ninja madness can set in. And ninja madness is a condition that could become terminal if a shinobi doesn't take the time to find a healthy way to process their emotions. Stage 1 ninja madness is when you start doubting your own abilities and feeling envious and maybe even a little angry toward your teammates because of a fear of getting left behind. Stage 2 ninja madness is when a shinobi starts going behind their sensei's back, doing morally dubious things, keeping secrets in an effort to gain more more power, like stealing forbidden scrolls or relying on a hate hickey to get stronger. Stage 3 ninja madness is when a shinobi becomes a complete liability on missions, due to their inability or unwillingness to control their own bloodlust. And finally, stage 4, when all that hatred and anger builds up and the ninja decides to leave the village and become a rogue ninja. Kakashi, you need to get a handle on this or Sasuke's gonna end up crawling around his yard looking for snakes to bite him on his neck so we can get stronger. I'm trying, alright? It's not my fault. How was I supposed to know that Orochimaru of all people was here? Or that they were gonna be going through a murder forest for the Chunin exams? I thought they were just gonna be doing some C-rank missions or something. Whose idea was this? That would be me, Kakashi. Oh, for God's... Why are you even here? Do you have to supervise us every time we try to teach these kids anything? I obviously must, Kakashi, because I was by the classrooms and these young ninjas, full of potential, were taking a test, a written exam. Can you imagine that, Kakashi? Ninjas holding pencils instead of kunai. It's not right. We need to remember where we came from. They changed the curriculum with the school board. They'll just send a bunch of children into a forest of death. And why is there a forest of death right outside the village? That has to be bringing our property values down. Lord Hokage, we should probably start. You hear that, Kakashi? You're holding us up. Now get over here and let's start the briefing. Now listen up, kids. If you're here now, that means you survived the forest of death. But what if we have teammates that haven't made it here yet? I'll let the name of the forest make those implications. Now the only thing you all need to know is that you're about to run the ones with each other. That's right, we're about to start the preliminary Chunin exam tournament, which is basically just an excuse to make all you kids beat each other up. Now, any questions? Yeah, I got a question. What are you gonna do about Orochimaru? What? You heard me. What are you gonna do about the snake person who's running through the woods giving people hickeys and wearing other people's faces? Orochimaru's here? Yes! How do we stop him? You know what? I'm gonna go ahead and get the Anbu Black Ops on that. That's it? My student has stage 2 ninja madness. I need action. We gotta do something right now. What do you want me to do, Kakashi? We don't have any leads. I can't just send a bunch of ninjas into the woods and tell them to look for a snake person. Excuse me, sorry to interrupt, but before we begin, I think I'd like to go ahead and step down and quit. This whole thing has gotten way too scary for my taste. Aw, no way. Kabuto's quitting? Hey, Kabuto, what are you doing? What about the plan? Keep your ninja pants on. Don't think I've forgotten about the top secret plan that we're all a part of. Hey, that guy's whispering over there. What's he saying? We need to keep our cool and not raise any suspicions. That is what our leader, Lord Orochimaru, would want. I think I just heard him say Orochimaru. Hey, who is that? Someone stop him. I don't know. He seems pretty cool to me. What? Who the hell are you? So just remember what you're here to do, Yoroi, and make sure you stay undercover. Just because Lord Orochimaru is already here doesn't mean we should let our guard down. Sorry, Naruto, but I just can't go on. The Chunin exams really are tough, you see. We heard everything you just said. You're like 2 feet away from us, and there's an echo in here. But perhaps we will see each other in the ninja world again, doing missions or something. I don't know. Goodbye. No, because tell me why I've been on over 1,100 missions and I've never once run into a shinobi from the Hidden Sound Village. What are you talking about? You know, the Hidden Sound Village, founded a couple years ago. Super strong ninja hidden by sound. The Hidden Sound Village, you know. 1,141 missions, hundreds of ninja battles, and this is the first time I'm seeing a musical note on someone's headband. Explain that to me. Kakashi, stop picking fights with foreigners. You're being racist. How is that racist? I don't even know what race he is. I'm just saying it's suspicious. I mean, have you ever heard of someone from the Hidden Sound Village? No, I haven't, but that doesn't affect how well I get along with people, unlike some ninjas I know. So Kakashi relents and the third Hokage finishes explaining the Chunin exam preliminaries. And the first match is revealed to be Sasuke versus Yoroi. So Sasuke and Yoroi begin their fight. And for a little while, it looks like Sasuke might lose control of his hate hickey, but with sheer willpower, he was able to suppress it and finish the fight with his new move called Lion's Barrage. Sasuke is declared the winner, and the Jonin from the Hidden Sound Village that's definitely not Orochimaru watches on, obviously very excited. He even licks his lips as soon as Sasuke is declared the winner. Hey, that guy just licked his lips at a child. I really think we should be investigating the mysterious ninja from the village that no one's heard of. You know what? Screw this. Come on, Sasuke, we're leaving. What? We can't leave now. I want to see the rest of the fights. Well, that'll teach you to let strange snake people give you hickeys in the forest. Now shut up and let's go. Kakashi takes Sasuke away from the Chunin exams and leads him to a secluded location. There, Kakashi does a sealing jutsu to further suppress the curse mark. All right, now listen. This seal only works as long as your will is making it work. If you ever start to doubt yourself, it's gonna end. He's out. Hopefully he heard that last part. Yes, I certainly hope so. What's that? Why did the music change? Who's there? To Kakashi's horror, Orochimaru himself steps into the light from the shadows. And you see, this is a big deal because Orochimaru is one of the legendary Sannin, which means he is one of 3 ninjas trained by the third Hokage himself and easily the most evil person we've come across in the story so far. Orochimaru, So it was you that gave Sasuke this hickey. What do you want with him? What's your plan? Oh, I'll tell you all about my plan, Kakashi. You know what? I just realized I probably shouldn't ask the grown man that just gave a child a hate hickey what his plans are. There's really no need to open that door. You sure? Because I'm more than willing to go over my entire plan. Very sure. Just turn around and leave the kid alone, all right? Oh, you can't keep that boy away from me forever, Kakashi. You are so weird, man. Jesus. You know it's true. That boy wants power. All right, Snake Epstein, I've heard enough. You take one more step closer to Sasuke, and I promise, one of us will die here. Whoa, take it easy. I only came to make sure he was all right. Still, though, you don't really think you can protect him forever, do you? Big ass Jared Leto Joker laugh. I gotta put this hateful little shit under protection with the Anbu Black Ops. Whatever that creep wants with Sasuke, I'm sure it's only gonna mean more bad news for everyone. So Kakashi leaves Sasuke with the Anbu Black Ops and returns to the Chunin exam preliminaries to watch the rest of the fights continue. And as a matter of fact, the next match that's scheduled is Regina versus her childhood friend Ino. And while Kakashi is watching this fight, he can't help but notice that this is the most unserious ninja fight that he has ever seen. Most of this fight is just the two of them going back and forth insulting each other like they're on the playground in the 6th grade. Makes sense though, Ino is Regina's best friend, so she would have to be a mean girl too. But at one point in the fight, Ino cuts her hair off too, and she's like, see, don't underestimate me, Sakura, I can do anything you can. And it's just like, what? Why did you do that? I guess in the ninja world, hair is really important if you're a woman in a story written by a man who doesn't know how to write women. It's just really hard for everybody to watch, you know? And the match ends with them both punching each other at the same time, somehow knocking each other out, so that very lackluster match ends in a draw. And the only thing Kakashi and everyone who's watching can think is, thank God that's over. And wouldn't you know it, the next match in the Chunin exam preliminaries is the last of Kakashi's students that has to compete. Naruto, the starving orphan that dreams of becoming the Hokage. And Naruto is up against Kurenai's student, Kiba Inuzuka. Now this match actually takes Naruto to his limits, and not just because he only knows one jutsu, but Kiba gets to bring his dog in the match too, so Naruto low-key is getting jumped the whole time. But luckily, Naruto thinks on his feet long enough to realize all he has to do is fart on Kiba and then he can win the match. Kakashi watches that and he's like, I don't know how he could have known that was what was gonna happen, but you know what? I'm proud of him, damn it. That's my student. Like, can you imagine getting jumped by somebody and then you fart on him and then you start beating them up? Like, that's just hilarious. This whole time Kakashi's watching like, I don't know. I can't stress this enough. It was definitely the fart. And you're like, you can justify this. I'm not saying this is bad writing. You know, Kiba has a really sensitive nose because, you know, he's a part of the Inuzuka clan. Whatever. The bones of the story is that Naruto was getting jumped, then he farted on the people that was jumping him, and then he proceeded to just whoop their ass. They won him the fight. Like, that's hilarious. But what's even more hilarious is immediately after the fight, Kiba's teammate, Hinata Hyuga, walks up to Naruto and offers him a health potion from her inventory. Kiba is being carried out of the arena in a stretcher after the ass whooping and fart that Naruto was giving him. And Hinata, the only thing she's thinking about is, damn, I bet Naruto could really use some ointment right now. Like, I don't even think Hinata turned around to look at Kiba. She was like, he might be dead. But damn it, this is my chance to get Naruto's number. So from there, the Chunin exams continue, and the next matchup is definitely an interesting one, because it's gonna be Kurenai's other student, Hinata, the girl that completely ignored her teammate Kiba while he was being carried away on a stretcher, versus Guy Sensei's student, Neji Hyuga. And you see, they are both from the Hyuga clan, and Kakashi isn't exactly caught up with the drama these two are a part of, but that's okay, because Neji has no problem monologuing about it as soon as the match begins. Well, if it isn't the failure of the main branch, why don't you just give up, Hinata? There's no way someone like you can beat me. It's fate, destiny. The only logical thing you can do is give up. Give up now before it gets worse. Oh, brother, this guy stinks. Hinata, show this guy what you're made of already. I'm tired of hearing him talk. So after Naruto's encouragement, Hinata seems to believe in herself a lot more, and she resumes her fighting stance. And this infuriates Neji. He begins just unloading on her over and over again. And don't get me wrong, Hinata has heart, but Neji is technically a genius. He really might be the best fighter there, to be honest. Like, Hinata doesn't have a chance, unfortunately. So the fight eventually becomes a one-sided beatdown. You think you could just be happy? You think you could just defy destiny like that? It doesn't work like that, you spoiled little girl. Guy? Yes, Kakashi? You remember when you were telling me that I should watch Sasuke because he's showing signs of ninja madness? This is all you'll ever be! You're a loser, and I'm a winner! Accept it! Accept it! You wanna talk about how Neji might also be showing some signs of ninja madness? No, I don't, Kakashi. I would, however, like to talk about my favorite student and splendid shinobi disciple, Rock Lee, if you want to hear about that. I'm good, but I reserve the right to change the subject just like that to talk about Naruto if Sasuke or Regina start getting all revengey. Ah, Naruto, so he's your favorite student. I can see that. I don't really know about favorite. I kind of feel like if you have a favorite student, you might be a bad teacher. And another one! And another one! Nonsense, Kakashi. Rock Lee is my precious student. His brilliance is so great it outshines whatever those other two might do. To be honest, I don't even remember their names half the time. I just call them Ninja Tools and Veiny Eyes. I've been calling the pink-haired girl on my team Regina for about a month. Oh, cause she's a mean girl. The meanest. I have no idea why Naruto likes her so much. I can hear you, you know. Good. Be better. So as the match goes on, things become really hard to watch. But Hinata has a moment where she states Naruto's ninja way and has a valiant second wind until she's ultimately ruled unfit to continue the fight. She gets up one more time to tell Neji that he isn't free at all and he must be in a lot of pain because of the main branch side branch conflict that's been going on all his life. Infuriated, Neji runs toward her to beat her up some more even after the match is over. But then every Jonin jumps in there to subdue this angsty teenager. I mean, there truly was no reason for all of us to get involved like this. One Jonin would have been enough. Keep it cool, Veiny Eyes. I thought you told me you weren't gonna get worked up like this. Shut up, get off me. Hinata faints because of her injuries and is carried away on a stretcher. Naruto watches Hinata get carried away and he becomes angry at everything he's just seen. And Neji sees that Naruto isn't taking the situation well, so he decides to rub it in a little bit. You should have known it was gonna turn out like this, you know? Once a failure, always a failure. Naruto hears this and has finally had enough. He runs toward Neji to fight him, but his best friend Rock Lee jumps in and stops him before he does anything. Nah, let me go, Lee. I'm sick of this guy. Naruto, I get where you are coming from, believe me. But the rules say we cannot fight unless it is in a match. The loser beating the gifted genius. Now, would not that make for an exciting battle? So Naruto reluctantly agrees. Lee is right after all, and everybody returns to the stands to watch the next fight. And soon after, it's revealed that our next matchup is with our boy Rock Lee versus Gaara of the Sand. And upon realizing this, as you could imagine, Guy-sensei gets fired up and sends Lee charging straight into battle. All right, Lee, let the power of youth explode! All right! Go get him, Lee! And so the fight begins, and Lee is holding his own, but he just can't seem to get past Gaara's sand defense. As fast as Lee is, Gaara's sand is even faster. Or at least that's what everyone who's watching thinks at first. All right, Lee, enough playing around. Go ahead and drop him. But Sensei, you said that was only for rare situations where someone's life was in danger. That's right, I did. But I'll put it to you like this, Lee. I don't like that beady-eyed little bastard, so I want you to mop the floor with him. Go crazy. Really? Excited after hearing this, Lee sits down, pulls some ankle weights out of his leg warmers, and tosses them to the ground below. And the crowd watches on, skeptical that this will have any effect at all. That is, until the weights that Lee just took off finally hit the ground and explode the earth beneath them. What the? Oh my god. See? I told you those leg warmers were suspicious. With Lee's improved speed, he's no longer on the back foot and even landing a few hits against Gaara. He's so fast, the sand that's protecting Gaara cannot keep up at all. Unfortunately, Gaara compensates by covering himself in a shell made of sand. This lessens the impact of each one of Lee's strikes. So Lee uses the primary lotus and kicks Gaara into the air like 13 times. And for a second, it looks like Lee's about to get the win. Dear Lord Ninja Jesus, please guide my precious protege Rock Lee straight to victory. But suddenly, right before he takes maximum damage, Gaara pulls a switch with a sand clone, escaping the lotus entirely. This is when Gaara starts to get the upper hand again, putting Lee on the back foot once again. And the crowd watching is starting to get really anxious, worried for Lee's safety. Come on, this is too much. I can't watch this. Lee doesn't know ninjutsu or genjutsu. There's no way he can beat Gaara in his sand. This is pointless. You're right, Regina. All the effort is pointless. If you don't believe in yourself. What do you mean? You see, Lee's not like everybody else. That's true. He doesn't have any ninjutsu or genjutsu techniques at all. But what he does have is heart. And also, the 8 gates that I taught him. Wait, what did you say? Go for it, Lee! Third gate of life! Open! What? Wait a minute. There you go, Lee! Go ahead, give him one more! Fourth gate! Gate of pain! Open! Lee's appearance changes and so does the momentum of the fight. It is now Lee who is once again displaying terrifying degrees of speed, but now he's also striking with an equally terrifying amount of force. Gaara's sand defense, previously the best defense we've seen in the series, is being rendered useless in real time. Lee is basically turning him into a pinball in front of all of these people. Guy, what were you thinking? Not now, Kakashi. Lee's about to win, I can feel it. That jutsu puts a tremendous amount of strain on a person's body. You taught the Kaioken to a child that was eager to prove himself. His muscles are literally exploding right now. Look at him. Oh god, it hurts so much, but I'm gonna win this. For you, Guy Sensei! Yeah! He seems fine to me, I don't know. This is wrong! Shut up, Kakashi, don't get mad at me, because I actually taught my students something that wasn't a vague lesson about teamwork or how to walk a dog or chase a cat. I believe in Rock Lee, but more importantly, he believes in himself. And so long as I'm his teacher, I'm gonna make damn sure that never changes. Just look at him, Kakashi. This means everything to him, and he's gonna prove it. The crowd continues to watch on as Lee puts his life on the line, and Lee uses all of his remaining strength for an attack called the Hidden Lotus. Lee lands this massive attack and sends Gaara crashing down into the stadium floor. Gaara is still conscious though, so he uses his sand to crush one of Lee's arms and one of his legs. And this is pretty brutal because Lee was already pretty much done with the fight by now. I mean, his muscles were torn apart by using the 8 gates, and he used all of his remaining strength on that last attack, the attack that didn't finish Gaara off. So now he's laying on the ground with a broken arm and a broken leg and absolutely nothing left in the tank. And what's worse is, Gaara most certainly has late stage ninja madness. Because while Lee is on the ground, Gaara moves in to try to finish him off for good. But this is when Guy Sensei intervenes and saves his beloved student. Unfortunately, because Guy got involved, this disqualifies Lee, which lets Gaara take the win. Why would you save him? He lost, he's a failure. I don't understand why you'd care. You don't understand why I would want to save my own student's life? That's really sad. I shudder to think of the life you've lived until now. But whatever you've been through, I can't let you take his life. After all, he's my beloved student. Love? Nobody said there would be love in this tournament. I'm out. I quit. But with Gaara gone, Guy turns around to congratulate his student on a job well done. But to everyone's surprise, Lee is back on his feet. Rock Lee has stood back up despite being fully unconscious. Guy said being a ninja meant everything to Lee, and he was going to prove it. And perhaps this was the moment that would mark Guy Sensei's words as true. Moments later, the medical ninja arrive on the scene and begin carrying Lee off. And during all of this, a ninja paramedic pulls Guy Sensei off to the side. There he explains that unfortunately, because of the extensive injuries that Rock Lee has sustained in both one of his arms and legs, it's possible that he may never be able to be a ninja again. Crushed by this news, Guy Sensei just stands there in silence. As a matter of fact, the entire arena and millions of people watching in the real world would have a moment of silence for Rock Lee. So everyone is silent as Lee is carried away. Everyone except Naruto. Lee! I thought you said we could win! I thought you were gonna show the world what a failure could— It was all a lie, wasn't it? To think a loser and a failure could— That's enough, Naruto. It isn't fair, Kakashi-sensei. All he ever wanted to do was prove that he could achieve his dream too. He shouldn't have to give up on everything just because he believed in himself. That's what it means to put everything on the line, Naruto. Sometimes you win, sometimes you lose, but if anything, I think we should all understand how much heart it takes to even live life like that. Lee wouldn't want you to see everything that just happened and think that the takeaway is that Neji's right, and you really can't fight fate. He'd want you to know that just because he lost doesn't mean you'll lose too. And Guy, I'm sorry about everything I said. I was out of line. You're a good teacher. After Kakashi is finished comforting the two people he's closest to, they all walk back to watch the final match of the Chunin Preliminaries, which is Choji versus Dosu. Which is, I don't know. I don't think I really need to talk about that. Choji loses. It's a pretty anticlimactic fight. I actually skipped over a bunch. Ninja Tools, she lost her fight, I think, against Tamari. What else? I think the bug guy, he won a fight too. I don't know. It's a lot of stuff that truly just doesn't matter. So after the matches are over, the Hokage explains that in 1 month, the final part of the Chunin exam will begin, which will basically be the same thing the Chunin exam preliminaries were. Like, they're gonna run the ones, but this time, everyone across all of the villages are gonna be watching these children beat each other up. The contestants are drawn, and Naruto is the first match, and it is up against Neji Hyuga. So Naruto strengthens his resolve and vows that he will train as hard as Rock Lee in order to win for both him and Hinata. So now that the Chunin exam preliminaries are over, that frees up Kakashi to go and check on Sasuke. And if you remember, Kakashi left him in the care of a bunch of Anbu Black Ops. So Kakashi goes to check on Sasuke, and he discovers that all of the Anbu Black Ops units have been taken out, and the suspicious kid that he was telling everybody they should pay attention to at the Chunin exams, he's the one that took them out, and he's hovering a knife right over Sasuke. So Kakashi isn't having it. He runs up and he starts beating him up a little bit, and it even looks like Kakashi's managed to take him out for good. But through deception, this guy actually manages to leave. You see, this guy's name is Kabuto, and the real Kabuto was disguising himself as one of the dead Anbu Black Ops that were on the ground. Then he used a technique called the Dead Soul Jutsu to animate a corpse and have it look exactly like him to serve as a distraction for Kakashi. Okay, so we found where Sasuke was being held and killed all the Anbu Black Ops that were protecting him. That's easy enough. But then he used the Dead Soul Jutsu to infuse his essence into a corpse and then stopped his own heart and breathing so that he could pose as a real dead body while he's laying among all the other dead bodies. He even changed his clothes for real. That wasn't a transformation jutsu, so that means he broke in here, killed everyone, and then dressed himself up as one of the Anbu Black Ops, reanimated a corpse, and just laid down waiting for someone to walk in here. I don't... Is he stupid? What was the point of all that? And immediately after all that, Kakashi hears Naruto yelling at the top of his lungs in the hospital lobby. So Kakashi walks outside to tell Naruto to keep it down, and this is when Naruto asks Kakashi if he can train him for the last part of the Chunin exams. And it isn't that Kakashi doesn't want to, it's more that he believes he should stay by Sasuke's side to make sure Orochimaru doesn't get to him. So he doesn't think he has any time to spare training Naruto, but he tells him that isn't an issue because he actually has a replacement for him. And Kakashi says that this replacement is way better for Naruto as a teacher than he is, which is just... I mean, it's a lie. I don't know why he was lying, but it's a lie because he brings out Ebisu Sensei, special Jonin Ebisu Sensei. So Naruto and Ebisu leave the hospital to begin Naruto's training immediately. And Kakashi stays behind long enough to make sure that Sasuke is okay, but after that he starts having some second thoughts. Inspired by Guy and Rock Lee's relationship, he feels a little bit bad just dumping Naruto on Ebisu Sensei like that. So Kakashi actually goes out to try and find Naruto and see if he actually can squeeze in some training with him a little bit. But when Kakashi finally catches up with Naruto, he sees that it's not Ebisu Sensei with him, but Jiraiya Sensei, another one of the legendary Sannin, a ninja who is on par with, if not even stronger than Orochimaru. He's also the person that trained Naruto's father, the 4th Hokage, and they actually had a really close relationship. So Kakashi sees this and immediately understands that he needs to leave Naruto to Jiraiya. Wow, Jiraiya Sensei. Of course he'd come back to the village for Naruto. He trained his father, that makes him like a grandfather to Naruto. There's probably no one else that would be better to train him. I guess everything's fine then. And if I don't need to train Naruto, I guess I'll continue my own training and get ready for whatever Orochimaru's planning. So Kakashi leaves Naruto to Jiraiya and goes off to train on his own. And while he's training, his thoughts start to wander. Why do I feel like bad about something? I think maybe I was kind of getting used to the idea of having a favorite student. I mean, it could be nice having a healthy and wholesome one-on-one relationship with my student. Not sure someone like me deserves something so nice, but it is a nice thought. Maybe it's a good thing Jiraiya showed up. I'm such a lousy teacher, I'd probably end up giving Naruto Ninja Madness too. Whatever though. I should just focus on my training. That'll help protect Sasuke? Hey, what are you doing here? I want you to train me for the Chunin exams. And before you say no, consider the fact that there's a snake person that is perfectly willing to teach me anything I want. Shit. And just like that, Kakashi has been roped into training his most revengey student for 1 whole month. It's not the wholesome sensei-pupil relationship that Guy and Rock Lee have, and Kakashi is more than a little afraid that he'll end up pushing Sasuke further into ninja madness. But still, he has to try. As angry and revenge-crazy as Sasuke is, he's still Kakashi's responsibility, and of course, his beloved student. So for 1 whole month, everybody's training for the Chunin exams, and that is where we're gonna call it for this video. And I have a feeling the finale of the Chunin exams is gonna be even funnier than this part. So that's where our narrative ends today. But before we end the video, I just want to once again thank you for the support, and Kakashi is hilarious. It really is, it means the world to me that so many people want to see this series completed. And I also want to apologize that I let it go so long before I updated this series. Life just got away from me, but I want to reassure you that I am wholeheartedly dedicated to seeing this through to the end of the entire series. It's actually incredible how many things make sense if you put him as the main character instead of Naruto, and how many things get switched around. It's kind of like, you know, when we watched Naruto when we were growing up as kids, we identified with those kids, you know, obviously, right? But now that we're adults, we can easily see ourselves as Kakashi, just the disgruntled adult just looking around like this is either terrible writing or what's happening here. But I just wanted to reassure you guys on that. This series is definitely going to be completed. I have a lot of fun making these videos. That's it for this one though, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for being interested, and I can't wait to see you in the next one.